Before this video starts, I have to mention that I am well aware about my microphone issues. I know it sometimes sounds louder than other times, but I'm gonna fix it soon. So yeah, I'll leave you this video. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you soon. So, video rolls on. Okay, I wanna welcome you people to a brand new series I wanna start making about this game, Space Engineers. If you don't know about this game, well, it's a little game where you're a little astronaut, and well, it's a sandbox game, so I have no clue what the goal is. So yeah, hopefully we can have some fun. I'll try my best to make this kind of enjoyable. Do not expect a lot of combat though, because on my little 100 hours of experience in this game, I have only seen a couple of things. While I am gonna use some mods to add more NPCs, I don't think we're gonna be fighting them anytime soon. Or that's what I want to believe. So, we're gonna start a new star system. Of course I'm gonna customize it because I wanna add some mods. And well, I'll see you once we are inside the game. Friendly note, I'm not gonna ruin the game with a ton of mods, I'm just gonna add some NPCs. And that's about it. Okay, so here we are. Note I did add a mod to enhance the ore detector range. I don't know about you, but I hate having such a little range for a detector, even though it is like sometimes kind of annoying to get one. It may as well be worth building. So as you can see, there's many spawn points we can choose of. That is the point of the game. Whatever is your preference, you may choose to land anywhere. I'm pretty sure each of these ones have a difficulty that you can see here. Like Earth is easy, I don't know about that. Alien is normal, Titan hard, hard, normal, easy, hard, 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 and very hard. Because I don't know why you wanna do this to yourself. When you spawn like this, you cannot do anything. So I don't know what's the point of this one. Maybe for multiplayer. So, as any normal human will do, we're gonna spawn in Earth. Because I don't want to spawn in space. That's, for me, I have found that this is way too easy. So we're gonna go to Earth. So maybe we can have a goal, getting out of the planet. So now we spawned in. As you can see, we are in our little drop pod. That is, well, changed over the years a lot. I remember there was a giant one very early on. But yeah, whatever. So here we are falling onto the Earth. This seems like a very green area, and I indeed spotted a rock, if you can see it over my ship. There's a rock over there. Oh! Never mind, there's one right here. And what a relief. Usually you land on the most inconvenient spots ever with this thing. And you begin rolling. Like that hill. You just fall. So, what are we gonna do? What is the point of the game? The whole point of this game is building things. Okay? That's about it. As you can see, somebody just spawned over there, a defense installation. This is part of a mod I installed, of course. Well, I guess I don't have to tell you what it is. It's just a defense installation. It may have things. So, to start the game, you have this thing, the survival kit. This thing keeps you alive, of course. As you can see on the left corner below, you have something across, an O2, something that looks like a lining, and H2. What is all that? Well, the cross may be something you already know, but that's HP. Wow. Who would have thought that is HP? We have O2, which is oxygen. We're not gonna use that because we're on Earth, and we have oxygen over here. The other one is power, and as you can see, it's already draining because you have a suit, and it has an antenna, lights, a jetpack, which is very fun. You have also the helmet, that you can actually see it closing and opening. And for the last part, the H2, which is the jetpack fuel. Or in other terms, it's actually hydrogen, which is used to power up many things. Okay. So to start the game, you have the survival kit, you go in here, you realize you have absolutely fucking nothing. So what do? Well, you go into your production tab and you can see here shiny materials. Oh wow, shiny components. How do I get those components? Well, you see you have a drill. And there's the ground. There's also stone somewhere. I already lost it. I have a chicken brain. I have no clue where the stone is at now. I'll find it eventually. So you do the obvious. You have to endure the pain of how loud this tool is, and you just go down and down, and you keep going down until you reach the rocks. The walk. What do you do with the rocks? Well, you mine them. Oh yeah. You have left click, which gets a stone, it tries to mine, and then you have right click, which is for tunneling. You know, you make a greater area. Okay. So, welcome to the epic stone mowing session. Once you filled up your inventory, this kind lady is gonna tell you that your inventory is full. You're gonna get very used to that sound. So now we put the rocks into the thing and magic happens. As you can see, nothing is happening. Why is that? Well, because we have to refine these things into ingots. Because how it works. Usually just place a ton of them because, yeah, why not? You're gonna be refining everything you put in here anyways. For now. So, now we have our first steel plates. And what are these for, you may ask? Well, if we go into G, we press G, we can see we have a ton of blocks to work with. And one of those are the armor blocks. Yeah. With armor blocks, you place these very convenient things that we are gonna use to make our first base into this planet. So, I guess everything that's left to do now is get a bunch of stone and feed it into the machine. So, hold please. So I realize I have been speaking to myself all this time. I'm never gonna mute myself again, that was stupid. Rookie mistake. So what I talked about was how the survival kit works for spawning, how you need power to be able to work on this. You need a refinery and an assembler. The assembler to assemble things, the refinery gives us better yield than this thing, the survival kit. And for these two to work we needed a power source. We could have used solar power with solar arrays, but it won't work because the sun is gonna go around and yeah, night is gonna hit and we're not gonna be able to do anything. So instead we're using a wind turbine, of which we have two to use. Either this one and this one. Both do the same, but this one over here is a DLC one. So I'm using this one. But you can use this one, it's the same. It does exactly the same thing. It's actually even smaller than the other one. So yeah, you use whatever. Another thing I explain is that if you click with your right mouse button, you can do something over here called the build planner. You add something into the build planner. And what this does is it brings every material we need to build that into a build planner. And then if we come here and we press this button right here, everything is gonna get into production, everything we need. But since I already did that, sadly, I will have to wait to show you with another thing. So now that we have all the materials needed, we just come here and weld it. Yeah, now we have power. And if you were paying attention, we got a little text that said new items have been unlocked. Well, if we come here, we can see that we can make some extra things over here. See, this is the progression system. So as you can see, we built a wind turbine, and that gave us access to a bunch of control panels, rotors, and very much a ton of mechanical things that we're probably going to use soon. It gives us access to a beacon, which is important because this is like an antenna. It gives away the position of where we are. There's also the round beacon, which is exactly the same as the beacon. And they gave us access to some doors as well, which is nice. We may not use them because we're not trying to make the base pretty right now. We're just trying to make it able to keep us alive. And that's what matters right now. So yeah, there's a lot of things. The way the progression system works is you build whatever you need over here, the first thing, and it will unlock the rest of these ones. So as you can see, if I build this, it unlocks interior turrets and a bunch of lights. It also unlocks the bigger assembler and the batteries. To continue, of course, I have to build a battery to get these ones, and I have to build a light to get these components, LCDs and things, and sound things. Yeah, you get the idea. So now I'm gonna build a refinery. Maybe the assembler will be better, but I always go for the refinery first so I can get better yield. I actually don't know if I get better yield. I like to think that's the case. So now I can showcase what I said earlier. I come here, right click. Now it's on my build planner. I come here. I either press this button or I can do shift and middle mouse button on here. And it also works. So everything is here now. As you can see, we need 120 plates to build the refinery, 18 components, well actually 20, 10 motors, and what seems to be 10 computers. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that really quick. I have to feed this thing with rocks. So, hold please. Would you look at that? An unidentified signal. So, what is that? Well, the developers of this game added something, a new faction that has some new components called the Prototech components. Those components work like the normal ones, but they are quite better. Also, what is that I'm seeing over there? Can you see that? Is that a goddamn UFO or something? It must be a ship with a very low antenna range. It's very weird. Is it moving? Yeah, it is moving, ever so slightly. Okay, getting back to the thing, I was getting distracted. So, that signal is actually a new faction called the Factorum. What are the Factorum? Well, they are the spookiest motherfuckers in this entire planet, or solar system, I may add. My goal in this series is building a ship that takes us to space, and a ship that can help us get some Prototech components. What are Prototech components? Well, if I type in Prototech, as you can see, there is a bunch of things. I'll choose this one first. This is a jump drive. We will get into these ones later on. All you have to know is that these look shiny for a reason. This is a thruster. As you can see, it's massive. I cannot even show it fully because my character is too small. A field of view. But yeah, this is a thruster. This is a refinery. That is actually very nice, and it will help us do some nice things later on. This is an assembler, which for some reason... Okay, this is the assembler. We're gonna use that to do some things with the Factorum later on. And this is a gyroscope, a Prototech one. I don't know what is going on. It should have a ball inside of it, but I think the textures are not loading in. And this is a battery. Well, we haven't seen any of these things. Oh, and this is a drill. This is my favorite one out of all of them. Yeah, that's about it. We will discuss about those later on in the session. Because, yeah. Okay, I'll get back to doing the stone mining. See you soon. Well, my people, this is taking forever. I knew it was gonna be forever, but I didn't knew it was gonna be actually so much. So, I will use this time to speak to you about some things. Right now I have the goal of building a miner for the next episode, hopefully. Because this one is gonna be very long, I think. If I see that it isn't long enough, I may just add another part where we start a miner to go mine some things. And that is exactly why am I doing the refinery first over the assembler. It's because I can unlock, if I go into the progression, if I build a refinery, I get access to the ore detector and the drill, which are key components. Why? Because if I get myself some drills, I can build a mining ship and go seek iron ore, like the pure iron, because the stone is not gonna cut it right now. It's way too slow. So we get the miner, we get iron, we put it into a refinery, and we get a ton of iron immediately. We start getting like these ingots. As you can see, we got 200 right now. A singular trip will, instead of making 200, it will give us like almost 1,000k ingots of iron. And yeah, as you can see, it's already getting expensive. We need 336. Well, it's going down, of course, because it's making some, but we need a lot of ingots to make just a refinery, and this one is also very expensive to make. Not that expensive, but with just a stone, it's gonna take forever to do. So yeah, I'm trying to get the refinery first, so we can go mine some iron ore, and we can, you know, speed up the production a little bit. And that's it. I'm gonna continue doing my job of getting more stone. I know someday they're gonna make this start even better, because getting stone, I reassure you that this may not be the funnest episode in this entire series, but it is what it is. There's not much I can do apart from mining this stone, cutting it a little bit so you don't get bored. And then, yeah, once we have the assembler and the refinery done, I can assure you the game begins. The game actually begins at that stage. So, see you soon. Okay, so we are back. It seems like we got enough. We just need to wait for this one to build, and then we have our first refinery. Now, remember I told you that I added a little mod to make the ore detector less lame. Because it is very lame. Having 50 meters of range is the worst. So I think I went over the board a little bit and I added 2,000 kilometers range, which is kind of crazy. Will make the game easier on me. That is the whole point, because I don't wanna be stressing over this. I want to play a game, not stress. So I hope you don't mind that. You can do the same. Of course, you just gotta go into the workshop and look for look for ore detector range, and that's about it. As you can see, the ore detector is nowhere to be seen. Why is that? Well, you can, as you can see here, hide blocks. Usually, this is for when you make a ship. You want this to be clean, so people, when the people use your ship, they can see all the important things, and the rest just away. So, how do I get the hidden things again? I just press the I. Yep, there we have everything in the ship. So what I'm looking for right now is the ore detector, which should be... Oh wait, it was right there. I'm blind. My bad. Wow. So we just go full, to be fair. And now we wait. Yeah, you see the silver that was in the rock, and now there is ice, and over there, 500 meters away, there is iron. And that's exactly what we need. Because with that, we're gonna get going very quickly. Okay, got my plates and let's build this. It is built, and with that, we have unlocked the drill. Yes, this thing, but not that one. This one, yeah, with stealth technology. Nah, just give me a moment, this will load in. It's just a texture thing. There we go. This drill. With this, we're gonna go into the mine, get some ores, and bring them here. Now, of course, this is not gonna do anything by itself. It needs something. And I was thinking about using this. But to use this, we need something called cobalt. Cobalt. Damn. And if I look around, is there any? Oh yes, there is. The only thing is that it looks like it's down a hill, for what I can see. But that's not a problem. So we're gonna refill the hydrogen inside our jetpack, so we don't we don't fall out of the sky. And first of all, we're gonna go get iron so we can make the assembler. So yeah, I'm gonna put this into production with the button for now. As you can see, we need a lot of iron, and I can assure you that as soon as I come back, we're gonna have more than enough. So let's go there. Okay, we are here. I forgot to turn up the thing. Oh look, isn't that cobalt? Nice. So where's the iron at? Oh, I saw it. It's down here. So we just need to go to it. With a right click, we just hold and we make a tunnel into the into the earth. So we're gonna realize when we reach the iron, because it has a very clear texture to it. Yeah, I guess I don't have to tell you what iron is. I wonder which one is the iron. Oh, I think it's this one. Maybe. Yeah, of course it is. So we're gonna mine some. And you're gonna realize that our inventory is full now, but we barely even have any iron. Everything is just stone. Oh, what are we gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna just dump it away. Yeah, out of the map. That's how it works. So yeah, we continue mining. The idea is to just bring a full batch of iron, no stone. We're not gonna need stone anytime soon. I'll tell you what stone is later on. I mean, I will tell you what stone is for later on. For now, it doesn't serve any purpose. Apart from helping us go through the early game. So now, I have a full inventory of iron ingots. So now I just come back to the respawn pod. Flying through the sky. Oh, I almost crashed onto the thing. And instead of putting the iron ore, instead of putting the iron ore into the survival kit as we used to, we instead put it into a refinery. As you can see, now we're getting a ton of iron ore. Iron ingots, I mean. Like 100 took like 10 minutes to make in the survival kit, if at all. And now we're already over what we used to have in this thing in a singular trip. And this will just continue going up. So yeah, that's amazing. That's why I made this one before the assembler. So now we just put the ingots inside the survival kit, so it begins doing what we need. And as you can see, we need 600, we have 400 right now. That would have been a ton of time doing it with only stones. So that's why I recommend doing the refinery first, at least if you spawn with this thing. There are some exceptions to this. But yeah, I will always prefer the refinery over the assembler first. So yeah, we have already the 600 we needed. So now we just put them in. Now we wait for this thing to finish production. Well, in the meantime, I could speak about some things, you know? Like, for example, the fact that the place I live in right now is like melting hot. Like, the sun is not going easy on us. It is crazy. We are getting like 38 Celsius every day. I'm melting. Some it may not be much, but I'm speaking about somebody that's used to like 20 degrees Celsius. So yeah, that is the hottest day, 20 degrees. And today we're getting like 38. Yeah, you can tell if you're one of those people that are not used to heat, how it feels when you're getting a heat day. It's terrible. It's very bad. But what about you? Are you from the north side of the the planet? Because I'm pretty sure the north may be getting it this year, maybe, just maybe. For some, it is winter. We are about to go into the Christmas. It's very close. We're about to go into Christmas. So for some, it may be the Christmas, like snowy and things. Yeah, for me, heck no. For me, Christmas is a very hot day. It's melting. The only snowy thing is probably me melting on my room. So yeah, I have to do some things soon. I have to go out and do some normal human things. But the problem is that with this heat, I don't even want to get out of my house. You go out and you begin burning from the inside. It's crazy. Oh, it seems like we already have enough. You need the computers. Yep, a ton of computers. So yep. Someday I will travel somewhere. I plan on traveling to any country where Christmas is, you know, in winter and not summer. Because yeah, right now for me it's summer. This is terrible. Okay, so how about we speak about the game now? I'm gonna do a little modification right here. I'm gonna get rid of this spot. You're gonna see why soon. I just need to get rid of these things. There is a point to everything. And this one is gonna maybe surprise you if you haven't played ever. Or you're probably not gonna care at all. That could be a possibility as well. So, first of all, I wanna get the assembler done, which now we can. Oh, and now we don't need this anymore. Yep. So, this achieves a milestone in our series, because now we have a refinery and the basic assembler, which are gonna carry us to the, well, what I consider the early game, because this was like a tutorial side of the game where you just get bored. So what is the next step? Well, I wanna make this our main base for now. We're probably gonna change that. So now I'm gonna teach you another thing. So if you press K, you're gonna realize you can open control panels of things. You can see your inventory, your production. There's a lot of things here you can get lost on. But for now we're gonna focus on the following. If you go into this thing, these panels, and you press F or K, you're gonna open the control panel of everything inside this grid. As you can see, we have our assembler, or basic refinery, and the wind turbine. We can see what the wind turbine output of power is, can see what the refinery is doing, the refine speed, the yield rate, and everything. This is important for later on, because there is another refinery that has better refine speed and yield rate. About the basic assembler, it's the same story: production speed, power efficiency. We're gonna see about this later on. For now, we just care about the fact that if we go into info, This is the entire information about this grid. The grid means everything that's built into this thing. You see that this is separated from that? That means this is an entire thing on its own. And the point of the info tab is to tell you everything about the grid. For example, the fact that this entire grid, or as we call it, our base, is 15 blocks. We have PCU, which for now it doesn't matter. Conveyors. I don't know why it says we have 2 conveyors. It may be speaking about the assembler and the refinery. And triangles, which I have no clue. Number of triangles for drawing. Oh, it may be performance. So yeah, this is the grid info. Of course, everything that's about the base. These are some other things that I don't want to care about for now. And now we have the important one. This, the grid name. So for now, our base is called the static grid 3458, and I don't want that name. That is stupid. Imagine going somewhere and then when you have to go back to your base, you just see static grid 3458. Yeah, I don't like that. So now we change the name to, I don't know, our base. So now, right here, if I go out and now go in again, this is called our base. So now this actually is officially called our base, which is nice. Okay, that was it for this. Also, this button, don't press it ever. Even less if your station is into the ground. It's not gonna be funny. Just let's leave it like that for now. We have the factions. As you can see, there is not many, but that's because we haven't discovered them. Because if we go into every faction, yeah, there is a bunch. And we should actually make one. So I usually go for EF, which is my faction I always play with. I use this. And that is very simple. And this is called Defi's Scavengers. The only reason for this is because when I started the game, I wouldn't mine. Instead, I will go into the NPC stations and steal everything from them. So yeah, don't mind the name. So we have our faction now. Wow. I actually don't know what the factions are for right now. Somebody will know, I know. So now we go into GPS and we press any of these. You can see this is the respawn pod, this thing. This is the signal I talked about earlier. Which I think I didn't because I muted myself. Well, whatever, this isn't important right now. And then the unknown signal, which is actually like a supply pod that falls from the sky from time to time. And if you go there, there is a shiny button. And if you press it, you can get a skin. Anything. And there is also a cargo container that has materials to help you progress into the early game. It's very neat. Okay. Back to the GPS, we have new from current position, and new from clipboard. So the way this works is, if we press new, we're gonna have to, of course, place the coordinates into here, because it's gonna spawn as a 0, 0, 0, and that is the center of Earth, if I'm not mistaken. And we don't want that, so goodbye. What we want is a new from current position, so we get a GPS marker exactly where we are standing at. And that is ideal because we want to mark this as our base. So this is our base. There we go. So now we have some color things that we can use to, as you can see here, change the color of the marker. Probably gonna put it like pink. There we go. And these are the coordinates. We can copy them to paste them. If we're playing multiplayer, we can just copy and paste onto the chat and things. This is another nice feature, that if we don't want to see the base, we can just toggle it off and we're not gonna see this marker anymore. For now, we're gonna have it on, and as you can see, there it is, our base. It doesn't matter how far you go, you will always see this because this is a GPS and not an antenna. Antennas have a limited range. But that is only yours, and only you can see it for now. And you can see it from wherever you go. You can be even in Mars, and you can still see this. The antenna, on the other hand, that has a limited range, with the only exception that everybody can see it, so that's like something different from the antenna compared to the GPS. The antenna, everybody sees it on its range, but the marker, only you see it on the unlimited range. Okay, so let's get working now. For making a thruster, we have to first make a gear. And oh well, we have one here. Yeah, we just do that, and we have now thrusters. Never mind. What do we need? Forgot. Thrusters. That's a lie. There's no thrusters there. Thruster. To build a thruster, we need a cockpit. So, let's do that. As I said, I'm gonna use this as our miner because why make a new one for now? We will make one better later on. So we're gonna get rid of this. And in fact, I should get rid of the survival kit as well. Huh. So, we're gonna look for the survival kit. Oh, also, I'm gonna steal everything from here. We don't need this anymore. I don't wanna play with you anymore. Yep. So now, we just get steel plates. We place this one right there. And now, right click. And everything to production. Now this, we're not gonna be able to make this because it needs silver. Even though there is silver, I don't wanna go get it. Because we need an advanced refinery to refine that. And this one is the basic one, so it won't do it. And to be fair, the advanced one is way too expensive right now for us. So we have everything. Where are we gonna get the components from? Well, from here. So yeah, we get rid of this. Now we have the medical components and we build this. So now we're talking. We have the survival kit here. So now we can do everything from here. The only thing we don't have is the oxygen and hydrogen generator. I will have to make one here on the base. Right now I'm not gonna do it. Oh, will you look at that? We discovered parallax. Yep, there's a very big ship over there. It's 5 kilometers away and it looks massive. So we have to modify this. We have to add a cockpit to it. So we're gonna get some plates and we're gonna look for the cockpits. Yep, don't mind me. That is what you have to type to look for them. So, we have a bunch of cockpits. You should only have this one if you don't have any DLCs. Although you can get another one, the flush cockpit, which you get if you go into here. All you gotta do is press this, do whatever it tells you to do, and then voila, you have a new cockpit, which we cannot see because it's stealth, of course. I'm joking. I don't know what is going on with the textures. Let's just wait a little bit. Okay, there we go. This is a flush cockpit. I like it because it has more window area than the normal one. Oh, the fighter cockpit, I forgot. You also may have this. I guess I don't have to explain what this one is for. Yep. Not like it matters, you can place any cockpit you want. The only difference is that this one looks cooler on fighter cockpit, on fighters, so whatever. So I will place this cockpit onto here. We're not gonna weld that just yet. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. So now we need something called a cargo container, which we can just make one. But for that, we need to connect it first. So if I bring out a cargo container, the medium one, you can see that it has a port here, there, there, and there, and nowhere else. It has 2 big ports and 2 small ones. So the way I want to do this is put it like this, and for that I need a conveyor over there, so it can connect to the thing. Sadly, we don't have a conveyor because we had to make something else that I don't remember what it is. Oh, we have to make the cargo first. Okay. Guess we will just make one really quick. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna build this and then get rid of it so we can get the conveyor. Yep, there we go. Okay. So now we just have to get some interior plates. And these are for... oh wait, I'm doing it on the survival kit. Bruh. There we go. Yep. Gotta be careful with that. Sometimes the game just says, yeah, let's use the survival kit. And that happened because I opened the inventory from the survival kit. If I had done it from another side, it wouldn't have happened. It's okay. We have a conveyor now. And there is a bunch of things inside of here that we won't need. Okay. So, conveyor. There. So this is made... so we have... oh wait, we don't need this. This is made so we get into the O2 generator. In case we get ice, it will get it out from there. I mean, it will get it out from our cargo, and it will convey into the thing. And we also are gonna put the cockpit in a way that it also can convey through the conveyors. Something we also do not need is the... if I can get in. Can I? It seems like I can't. This, the timer block. Not like we need that anyways. Okay, this is all we need. Nothing else. So now we grab this thing. We're gonna put it like that. And we weld it. Hey, now we have a cargo container. And it's conveyed all the way through these things. Now we just need to add the cockpit. Which we're gonna need a bunch of materials to do. Glass. I don't know about that. We can make the cockpit works anyways without glass. In case you didn't know. You probably don't, you probably do. So yeah, just telling you that we don't need the glass for this to work. It just adds extra HP to the thing. So there we go. We have a cockpit now. Now we add the drill. For that we need plates. These ones. Again, I'm doing it from the survival kit, but that doesn't matter, I just needed one. And there we go. We have a drill. Now we put everything into production to finish the drill, not that. Forgot to get it out of my planner. And as that process, we need cobalt to make the engines. So why don't we go and get some? I'm gonna extend the range of this to 1000 because I want to be able to see it. Why? Because that is broadcasting the minerals to me. And if I don't have that, well, I cannot see the things. So there we go. Oh, careful with the trees. I don't know what's with this goddamn Slenderman ambient, but whatever. We are here for the cobalt. well, I don't want to get rid of the iron, so I'm just gonna go around it. So just as iron, cobalt also has its own color, and you're gonna see which one it is in a second. Yep, that's the one. This is cobalt. This is used to make metal grids, and metal grids are what we need to make the thrusters for our ship. Now there's a catch with cobalt, and that is that it takes a long while to refine. So while this is very useful, it takes way too long to refine. Like, I mean it, it's gonna take forever. Okay, we have enough. So now we just come back to base. And would you look at that? We made a GPS point that tells you exactly where the base is at. Oh my god, I almost killed myself again. Impressive. So now it's refining cobalt. Our drill is done. So now we just add the thrusters and we should be good to go. Oh, and we need one extra thing. Of course, I was forgetting about the most important one. To finish this build, we need thrusters. These ones. The Atmo thrusters. And we also need something called a gyroscope. For those that are not very into space things or just don't know much about these things in general, the gyroscopes are made so we can rotate our ship. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into the exact details of what it does. Just know that it turns the ship, and we need that. Otherwise the ship is gonna fly on the X axis and the Y axis, and that is not fun. Okay, we have thrust on every direction, which is important so we can fly around. And now we place that, that, and that. I said that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it went too far. Okay, all those into the build planner, and now we build them. So yeah, I have to wait for them to build. So hold please. So it seems like we ran out of nickel, which is a problem. Oh, and we also ran out of steel plates. Well, guess what? I have to go get those, so damn. So what I said, nickel and iron. I'm glad we have both of those things right beside each other. I'm gonna bring a big batch of iron and then a little bit of nickel. And I don't remember where I made the thing. Well, that's a pro. Oh, there it is. Nice. So we're gonna get some iron. Just a little bit for the base. Okay, there we go. We have the iron. And now we're just gonna put it back into the base. We're gonna go get some nickel to finish this. So this is the nickel. Oh, and well, I guess I don't have to tell you, but just as iron and cobalt, nickel also has its own texture. And yeah, you're gonna see it in a moment, as soon as I get there. Yep, this is nickel. It's quite shiny. It looks a bit like the rock, but it's shinier, so yeah. You shouldn't get lost unless you don't have any light. Which, in any case, it still glows more than the stone. It's not glowing, it's just shiny. It's polished. Oh, and if you're questioning how many episodes I'm gonna make, well, it depends. I want to achieve our goal of getting to the factorum. So this series is gonna go as long as we get to the factorum, and that's gonna take a while. I may not upload videos too frequently because I'm not, full time into this thing. I'm doing this just for fun. So yeah, don't expect me to upload every day. Maybe it's gonna be every week, or maybe every 2 days. We're gonna see. Okay, got the nickel, got the iron. Now get out of here, cobalt. We have to begin making the iron. So yeah, now we hold. We wait until everything is refined and all of these builds. So it's gonna take a while. So hold, please. And it is done. So now we have everything to build our thrusters. So we build this one, and then after this one, the last one, that one. What do you mean? Well, we were missing a middle grid. Yeah, I probably just put it in there in accident. So there we go. We have thrust in every direction. We're missing only one thing, but for that I have to lift the ship. So wait a minute. I didn't build a gyroscope. I'll do that very fast. Yeah, this shouldn't take us long. So yeah. Now we have everything for the gyroscope. And now we can fly this thing. I don't know why I said we're done. This thing missing a gyroscope. So we're into the ship and we have to set the controls for this thing. So for that we press K. And well, I'm gonna select everything and click this so it shows on the terminal because I don't want anything hidden from me. At least not yet. So we have all the thrusters. I'm gonna make sure to turn them off and on so every thruster that was off turns on, and we can group them in a block. So I'm gonna call this Atmo thrusters. And how are we gonna call this? Minor, just minor for now, or improvised. And I'm gonna copy this, and as I said earlier, we're gonna put this into the info tab. So now we have this thing, which is now called the minor. In fact, we can go into the antenna and show ship name, and now, as you can see, improvised minor in the antenna, DEF improvised minor. So yeah, there we go. We can go into the Atmo thrusters now and yeah, hide them, and there we go, way cleaner. We also are gonna need the battery with the name. And I think that's about it. Well, the landing gear is not that important, is it? Well, it kinda is very important. Well, whatever. We got our controls. So now we go into the Atmo thrusters, we put them here, and we turn them on. You can put this wherever you want. I have a set controls for all my ships. I use always the same. I use turn on and off the engines on 8, the battery recharge on and off on 9. On the 5 I will put the connector, we had to build that. And well, here I put my tool where I can use the drill, and I also put this one. Why is that? Well, if you click the drill, you have to hold your left click to mine things. And I don't want to do that because I don't want to break my mouse click because I usually tend to hold it for too long. So for that I put an on-off beside this one, so I can just turn it on and the thing spins on its own and I don't have to do anything. I just have to aim at the minerals. Why do I still use this one then? Because it has the same functionality as the hand drill. I can right click and it will make a tunnel instead of mining the minerals. So yeah, there we go. So now all I gotta do is press B, which you shouldn't do, but I'm gonna do it because I'm not connected to anything. We're gonna get into that later on. We press B, the thing disconnects, engine's on, and now we're flying. Kind of. Yeah, I can move side to side, back and forth. So this is now working. Yep. I'm gonna get rid of the landing gear. I don't tend to use these ones because when I have a miner I just keep it connected to my base. But in case you're gonna be landing this, I will recommend putting one or two. You never know. So I'm gonna break this zone below the ship. Why? Because I have to put a connector so I can connect this to my base. So I'm gonna put the connector below because of how I place the container. So if I show you a connector, you're gonna see that it also has a big connection and two small ones. Well, the thing here is that you cannot connect the small ones to the big one. It always has to be the big one with the big one. So yeah, now the big one is connected to the big one, and that means it will convey everything from this container into the connector. Now I just need to build it. Here we have everything. Now we weld the connector. And with that, we're just missing one singular step for this to be a fully functional miner. So what will that be? Well, you see, as we mine, we're gonna get a lot of stone. Like, when I say a lot, I mean maybe half of all we get, or even more than half of all we get, is gonna be stone. So that's why some very smart dude decided to use something called a sorter. A sorter quite literally just sort items. All the items that you choose this to sort them, only that item will pass through, or you can sort it so set it so you have a blacklist of items. So every item that is not the item you select can go through. In this case, we're gonna use the whitelist function that this small conveyor sorter has. For that, we have to access this. So we go into here and we look for the small conveyor sorter. So if we go down, we can see here active filters. So as I was saying, we're gonna collect stone, and we don't want stone, we only want the minerals. So if we go down, this is alphabetic, by the way, so you shouldn't lose yourself. And if you go down all the way, there you have stone. So we're gonna select stone, add whitelist. So with that, now all we gotta do is put some connectors. Why connectors? Because the connectors have a function that allow them to drop things and also collect things. I will show you. Just give me a second. So this goes out from here. In fact, here and here. We have to build these three things. Just 1 second, it takes very little for this to build. And with that, we build these things. So, okay. Because of how we set this, only stone is gonna pass to these conveyors. And these conveyors will have a small connector on the tip, which we cannot see. Hold please. Oh, never mind. It loaded immediately. So yeah, these connectors, we're gonna put 3 of them. Now that I think about it, this isn't very smart because I'm gonna be throwing the stone back into the drill. But that's fine. You learn from your mistakes. We're gonna wait for this to build the materials we need. And I can just give you a little show because it's been like almost an hour and 30 minutes of recording. I'm gonna have to cut it down a little bit. Of course I'm gonna skip a lot of things so the video is not so big and boring. Because the early game of this game is quite annoying, to be fair. Okay, there we go. We have all the connectors, the sorter, and the conveyor for the connector. So now we go back into the cockpit. We go into the control panel. We look for the small connectors that we just placed. And we set throw out mode, which will basically throw out everything it has inside the connector. And we set collect everything. So now these connectors are gonna try to collect everything. But we have a sorter for only stone, so it will only collect all the stone inside the ship. So if we now go and try to mine, for example here, you're gonna see that stone comes out. So yeah, that's the point of this. Whenever we go mining some minerals, it will eject the stone from below. Okay, the miner is done. Now, to finish this episode, I'm just gonna build a cargo container, small one, onto the base, because we need this. So we can have a place to store everything we're gonna be mining and things. We're not gonna have storage forever with only these 3 things. So yeah, a cargo container is very ideal for this situation. We build a cargo container and then we build a connector on top, and that's how we're gonna park our ship. So, yeah. We just have to wait for this to finish constructing the materials. And I'm very scared that we may be out of... Yeah. We are out of iron. Well, I guess you people are getting to see how the miner works. Impressive. So, we're gonna go get the iron with the miner. Wow. I forgot to add some lights, I cannot see anything. We should be fine. Everything is fine. Oh yeah, I cannot see anything. I bet you cannot see anything as well. Unless I turn up the brightness. I doubt it's okay. Everything is fine. So, carefully. I see some. Okay. So. Now we aim the ship, we right click so we make a tunnel, and we go in. For what I can see, the ship is not powerful enough to keep itself on the nose. So I'm gonna have to maneuver the ship a little bit as we mine, so it doesn't, you know, tip down on its nose. So I'm gonna make an horizontal hole here. There we go. So now we can mine this. If I put third person and I begin mining this, you're gonna see the stone will begin falling. Yep. And if I look at the inventory, yeah, we're getting only iron. That's exactly what we want. Oh, and we're getting nickel now. I didn't realize there was nickel in there. Well, more minerals. I have to keep an eye here for whenever this fills up, because the ship is gonna begin falling out of the sky, like now. Yep. And I have to help it a little bit by getting rid of some weight. So yeah. Now our ship barely even moves. We have to get it out of here. And we have to go back to base, which conveniently is smart. So we're gonna go there. See you. Never mind, I'll show you the trip. Maybe I'll accelerate it a little. Okay, so there is something you have to keep in mind when you build a mining ship, is that if it's atmospheric ship, you will always need to have more down-facing thrusters than other directions. Maybe front-facing so you can, you know, look down onto the minerals and continue mining. That is because, as you can see, the ship gets heavier the more you mine. And, well, we're falling out of the sky and I cannot do anything about it, because we don't have enough thrust to keep the ship up. So yeah, next addition is gonna be extra thrusters on the ship. I may not use it forever though, so it doesn't really matter that much. We're gonna change this ship very quickly. I already have one built from when I played. I have a lot of things built. But we're gonna be using my workshop ship called the Ush. Don't ask why I called it that. There we go. This one. If you wanna take a look at this, you can, of course, look for it. It's called DEFS Ush 2B. It's a medium miner. It's very nice. It has everything you could ever want. So yeah, for now our goal is gonna be building that thing. We're gonna do that on the next episode though, because right now I'm tired. I'm very tired of this. It's been an hour and something. 1 second. It's actually been 2 hours of recording, so yeah, I'm quite tired of this. Now we make the connector, which is the last piece to this puzzle, so we can finish finally. So we place this connector here, and we wait for it to make the rest of the materials. It takes a lot of materials to make a connector, but that's okay, we have enough. And with this miner, we will have more than enough. And let me tell you, when we make the medium miner, we're gonna have extreme amount of minerals with that one. Because this one has only one cargo container, which is more than enough for now. That one has like 2 or 3 if I remember well. Plus it has a lot of thrust, so we will not have to care about our ship not having enough thrust to keep itself above the ground. Once I build it though, I will show you everything about it, so you can have a look at it. I know you will like it. It's a ship I put a lot of effort into. Every mistake I made during my tutorial lessons, I guess I could say it that, while I was trying to learn the game, I added every problem I had, I solved it with that miner. So yep. Damn, this thing takes a while. I cannot wait to have the advanced assembler and refinery. I can assure you that one is gonna be very nice. Way too nice indeed. In fact, I'm just gonna get rid of this for now, because now I have an antenna for it, and I don't like having 2 GPS markers on my respawn pod. Okay, it is done. We don't need to put the extra plates, that's just for armor. That's fine. Now it works. So now we just carry this carefully into the spot, and we are here, connected. There we go. Now everything from the miner is gonna get sucked by the refinery, all of these, and that will conclude the episode of today. As a last step, I'm just gonna put the battery on recharge, so next time we play, it's gonna have enough battery. So yeah, that concludes everything we did today. I don't see anything. Jeez. Whatever. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.